Okay, so we are going to, or I'm going to show you how to do swirl number 6, okay? And I'm going to go very quickly. This is not for you to follow me. It is for you to watch and try to learn from it. So make sure you're all minimized, okay? All right, so here we go. First thing I did is I took out the arc brush. Let me add another layer here. I added 2. All right, so we have an arc. We need to go to the brushes palette, find the brush that we made, okay? While it's selected, choose the brush you made and give it a stroke value of at least 3 or something that resembles this, okay? Now you see this is a stroke. You look in my tool palette, you can see that just the stroke is used. Now we want to expand this appearance to make it an object. So I got to go up to Object, Expand Appearance. Then we also need to clean up the points or clean up the path. Go up to Path, down to Cleanup, and by default you just want to click OK. All right. From that point, bless you, we're going to rotate this. I'm going to take a circle or an ellipse tool and hold down Shift to make it a perfect circle. And then we're going to add these two together. Now you can't add the two paths together if your original, you know, the first object you made, if you didn't expand the appearance, you can't do this. And some of you missed that when we talked about it earlier on Tuesday. Not Tuesday, but Monday. Now, select them both and then go to the Pathfinder. And I actually made a workspace, so I'm going to go back to my pre-made workspace here. There it is. I'm going to add to shape and expand it. Okay. Okay, from this point we have a single object, as you can see right here, a single path. But now we're going to offset that path. Go to Path, Offset, and I'm going to preview this because again I have no idea what this is going to look like. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a minus sign instead because I think the inner path will look better. And that looks pretty good. Not great, but it's okay. As long as you can see something, then it'll be acceptable. I'm going to say OK to that. Right, you can see them right there. Now I'm going to take my white direct selection tool. I'm going to bring in my swatches. Anybody remember which one I used? Thank you very much. Under Foods. Thank you. Now, there it is. I'll choose the outer path first. And you're going to want to choose the same color. So I'll just choose this orange looking color. But then I'm also going to choose the same color inside. But now I have to lighten this. So I have to go to my Hue Saturation under the Color Palette. And I got to drop this window down or menu down. And then I'll lighten this up. After that, I'm going to go ahead and stylize that and feather it. I'll just preview it and see what that looks like. It looks pretty good. Now, I don't know. You have to decide what that's going to do. You know, I could do 14 points. But I have no idea because I don't know. The number means nothing to me until I preview it. So make sure you preview it. If it doesn't work, type in a different number. So everybody's could be different. Okay, I'm going to say OK to that. Then I'm going to group these together. So I have to select them both. I use my black selection tool and do Control G. Okay, looking good. Now I'm going to make my lines. Okay, take my rectangle. I'm going to drag out a rectangle, tall, skinny rectangle. I'll just choose a different color. Actually, I'll choose one inside my my vegetable palette. Okay, from that point I'm going to go to Effect, Distort, Transform, go to Transform, and I'll just hit 20 copies here, 20, and I'm going to check the Preview button, and I'm just going to slide this over. Now I know originally we put a number there, but that number again is arbitrary. I have no idea what's going to work, so I'm just going to slide it over until I find something. And there, that looks good. I'm going to say OK. Right now we just have a single object, so I need to expand that. I got to go up to Object, Expand Appearance. Now it's a complete object. I don't need to go back to cleanup because it already is. So I'm going to stretch this out. I'm going to place this over here, and I'm going to rotate this a little bit. Okay. All right. Now, looking in my layers palette, I need to copy this orange group here. I'm going to select it with that target. I'm going to do Control-C. I'm going to go into the group. I deselect it, and I go into the group layer above the fence. We'll call it a fence. And then do Control-F. Control-F pastes in front. Now you see it alternates. I've got that orange, and then that purple, and then that orange. Now I need to select both this top orange and that middle purple fence by holding down Control, clicking both those targets, and then go up to Object, go down to Clipping Mask, and Make. And that's it. Now the last thing actually I do is Control-G. And that one's done.